Hello students, so let us take our chapter further. Now in the previous chapter, in the previous video, I told you the basic mechanism of a circuit and what is the role of battery. Now let me quickly revise. The battery is the one which does all the work. It does the work on the electrons by using electromotive force, and then the electrons flow in the circuit with an extra energy. That extra energy is provided by the battery. This electron flow with the extra energy. When the energy comes to the device, the bulb here, when it comes to the device gets the energy, it absorbs the energy from the electrons, that electrical energy, and does it work. And the electrons, after passing on their energies, they come back and get deposited on the positive terminal. Then the battery again move this electron from positive to negative terminal by again doing work. Same thing, same process keeps on repeating itself, and that's how a circuit works. So what is battery doing? Battery is creating a potential difference. Battery is creating potential. It is doing some work in moving a charge. So it is the one which is creating potential. So this device is using the energy that is produced by the battery, it is used by the device. Now any such devices which use the electrical energy produced by the battery, those devices can be termed as resistors. Now what is the English meaning of resist? Resist means to stop. Here we are using resistors because the devices that we are using, any device, fan, bulb, AC, fridge, all of them are resistors. What are they actually doing? They are stopping the electrical energy and absorbing it. They are not absorbing the electrons, they are only absorbing those electrons electrical energy. So they are absorbing electrical energy by stopping the energy. Hence they are called resistors. They stop. So we can remove this symbol of bulb and replace it with the symbol of resistor, which I told you in one of the videos. The symbol of resistor is this. So this is a fixed resistor. We denote it by R, capital R. So we have resistor, a device which absorbs the electrical energy. We have a battery which creates potential V. Electrons are flowing. Now opposite to the direction of electron, we take the direction of current. So I will remove electrons from here, and this will be the direction of current. Remember, the direction of flow of electron is from negative to positive, but the direction is always taken as from positive to negative. So if this is the direction of current, then this is the direction of electrons. Okay, always remember that. It is a bit of a problem. It is kind of a fallacy, something wrong that happened in the history, because the electrons were discovered later. The current was discovered before electrons. So scientists thought that current is flowing from positive to negative, but then later on when electrons were discovered, they found out that the electrons are actually flowing from negative to positive terminal. So but the notation we still use the same notation, so that's why it is called the conventional direction of current. Conventional direction means the old direction that we used to take. So we are still carrying on with it. So now we have three basic components of an electrical circuit. We have a battery V, potential, we have a current I, and we have any device, a resistor R. So this brings us to a very important law. It is not just important for physics, it is also important for your boards. One question on Ohm's law will definitely be there in your board's paper. So make sure you understand this. So if you have understood this process, then it is very easy, it is a piece of cake. What Ohm's law says, it states that the current flowing in the circuit, the current I flowing in the circuit is directly proportional to the potential created by the battery or the potential across the circuit. Same thing. So the current flowing in the circuit is directly proportional to the potential across the circuit. So I is proportional to V. Now if we remove this proportionality sign, a constant comes, and this is our complete mathematical expression of Ohm's law. Potential equals to resistance into I. This resistance is same. So what it says, if we plot it in a form of a graph, let us say VI graph, we have V here and we have I here, and if we plot a graph, then since I and V are directly proportional, so if V is increasing in equal quantities, I will also keep on increasing in equal quantities. So suppose we have here 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 volts, and here we have say 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4 and 0.5 amperes. Current is in amperes, potential is in volt. So if this is the case and this relation is true, then we will get a straight line, because the graph of a directly proportional relation is a straight line. Now if you find points on this particular graphs, let us say we take points from whatever we have plotted, we take these points for better understanding. These are the points, and if we use this relation, from this relation we can have R equals to V upon I. So let us test that. For every point, let us do this V upon I. So for this point, V is 1, and I is 0.1. So what will be the value of V upon I? The value of V upon I will be 10. Let us test this. V is 2 here and I is 0.2. What will be the value? Again 10. For this value, V is 3 and I is 0.3. What is the value? Again 10. For every of these points, the value will be same. What is this value? This is the value of V upon I. V upon I is equal to R. So that means for this particular graph, the value of resistance is 10. Now the unit of resistance, we have to put unit also. SI unit of resistance is ohm. On the name of the scientist, the SI unit is ohm, and the symbol that we use is this. It is a Greek letter, it is called omega. So it is like this. So from here we got that resistance is equals to 10 ohms. Okay. Now for one particular conductor, if in this circuit we are not changing the conductor, we are not changing the device, if the circuit remains same, then the value of resistance will not change and it will always be equal to 10 ohms. Why? Because V is directly proportional to I. So V and I will increase in equal proportions, and that is why R will always be same for a particular resistance, for a particular conductor. So I hope that is clear. So it is a very important law, Ohm's law. Study it from the textbook, make sure you understand it, and if you have any problems you can ask me.